Hello everyone, welcome to another video. I am so excited for today's video. I have been looking forward to this for the past like 2 weeks. Oh my god, I'm so excited. So today I'm doing a come book shopping with me vlog. My friend Yana, who also actually has a booktube channel, she's going to be joining us and we're going to be vlogging the whole thing. I'm honestly so excited. Like, I have saved up so much for this. Basically, me and Yana are going to be road tripping around Auckland, the city where I live, and going to as many bookshops as possible and having a browse and just using the opportunity to like pick up books that we either haven't heard of before and look really good, or like we have heard of and we've wanted to pick up for ages. I'm just really looking forward to it. Yana is due to get here in like 45 minutes. I've already gotten ready. I'm basically, before she comes over, I'm going to be trying to read some of my books. So I'm reading Next of Kin by Hannah Bonham Young, and I'm reading this for a video that should be coming out like after this one. So don't worry, you'll hear all my thoughts on this book in that video. And also, this is not what this video is about, but I'm really enjoying this. It's like an enemies to lovers, forced proximity, indie romance. But also, before Yana gets here, I actually do have new books that I want to share first. This video is going to be very much a reading vlog and then, well, book shopping vlog and then a book haul at the end. But I did buy some books recently and I never really do like book hauls if they're not unboxings. So I haven't had an opportunity to like show you guys these books. So I'm going to do it here. I feel like this is fitting. So 2 books I received from a publisher and 3 books I bought recently when me and Ben were out running errands. 2 books I got from a publisher first. I'm so excited for these. These are 2 of my most anticipated 2023 reads, and I got these from Hachette Publishing because I have a lovely friend that works there. So Amika, if you're watching, thank you so much for organizing this for me. I got Finlay Donovan Jumps the Gun by Al Cosimano. This is the 3rd book in the Finlay Donovan series, which you guys know that I love. I'm so excited to read this. It's like a cozy mystery. Finlay is such an amazing main character, like single mom who kind of finds herself in some very tricky situations. And yeah, I'm just so excited to read this as well. They're such fast-paced, like easy to read books and just so much fun and very funny. I love it, clearly. So I'm excited to pick this up. And then I also have another sequel. It is Things We Hide from the Light by Lucy Score. This is the 2nd book after Things We Never Got Over. So it's all set in the same small town. Yeah, it's definitely a small town romance. I'm honestly not sure what the rest of the tropes are in this novel. And this is going to be a very interesting one because the male main character in here, I didn't actually love him in the 1st book, but I'm excited to like know more about him. And even if I don't love him, it's kind of okay because I didn't love the male love interest in the 1st book either, but I loved the setting and the atmosphere so much. And I really love Lucy Score's writing style, even though there are some moments that are like quite cringe. It's very much a guilty pleasure for me. So I'm so excited to read this book as well. And then when me and Ben were out running errands, I picked up 3 books as well because one of the chain bookstores was having a sale where if you buy 3 books you get like a discount. So I just chose 3 books randomly that I really felt like reading. This is the main one that I was really interested in, but it's called Cult Classic by Sloane Crosley, and I actually saw this in an indie bookstore like over summer. Then I had like never heard anyone talk about it, but I didn't have my wallet with me, so I was like, okay, I'm not gonna buy this now, but I'm gonna put this on my radar. And then when I saw it, it was the last copy left in the other bookstore, and I was like, okay, amazing, purchasing. But I believe it's about this woman who, she spends a night out in New York and she runs into like an ex-boyfriend, and she's like, okay, this is weird. And then the rest of the evening she's just constantly running into all of her ex-boyfriends. And then I think it's just like a deep dive exploration into like romance and things that happened in her life. It just looks really exciting, really interesting, and I'm excited to give this one a go. I also picked up The Road Trip by Beth O'Leary. I've never read any Beth O'Leary before, but out of the ones that were in the bookstore, this was the one that I think I was the most interested in. This is a second chance romance. Oh, there's so many books about ex-boyfriends right now. What the hell? Anyways, second chance romance. Our main character is going to a wedding and then she gets into a car crash, and the other person involved in the crash is her ex-boyfriend, who is also going to the same wedding. So they end up having to carpool because one of the cars get like written off, and it just sounds so exciting. I love a second chance romance, so I'm excited to read this as well. And then I also found this New Zealand thriller that I'm interested in giving a go called Call Me Evie by J.P. Palmer. It's about this woman called Evie who is being held captive in this small New Zealand town, and I think her memory is very much like messed with. Like, she doesn't know what is fact and what is fiction. It just sounds like a really interesting book, and I do love a thriller, and I love the idea of reading something set in New Zealand, so I'm really excited to give this one a go as well. So yeah, these are the books I've acquired recently. I cannot wait to go buy more. Oh my god, this is so bad. It's fine, it's fine. I knew that this video was happening. I have set aside some pocket change to spend on books. I'm probably gonna do some damage. I haven't set aside a day to do physical book shopping in such a long time. So yeah, I'm just really excited for today. I'm going to read some of this while I wait for my friend Iana, and I will see you soon. I hope you enjoy the vlog, and yeah, I'm excited to buy some books. Okay, so Iana's here. We are gonna go book shopping. I've literally created like a master list of like shops that I want to visit.
Yes.
And we're so excited. I'm not gonna say like locations or how close I live to the locations for obvious reasons, but yeah, there's a wide range. We're gonna be doing a road trip perhaps. I'm planning on doing some damage. Are you planning on doing damage?
I'm not planning on doing damage.
Whatever happens.
Yeah. Exactly. I want to get a couple.
Is there anything that you like are specifically looking for?
I am really tempted to get my own copy of Cleopatra and Frankenstein.
Oh yeah, nice.
Because I just finished that.
Nice.
But I was borrowing the book, but it was so good that I kind of want to own it.
What? Yeah. I have nothing in mind. I'm just gonna be like looking around essentially. And when you say a couple, I'm kind of the same, but like a couple from each store.
Okay. Yeah.
I hope you, that's like my, like I don't want to leave empty-handed.
Every time I go into Unity,
Books, one of the best bookstores in Auckland.
I do damage.
Yeah, that's just got, there's something about the way that they like stack their tables that make you really want to just like get everything.
Yes, and they have really pretty copies of different books and things, and I'm like, it's so unique usually as well. Like you can find really different things there. So
yeah.
That's probably going to be my weak point.
Yeah. Okay, I think we should do a book haul when we get back. And I think that like obviously we'll like talk in the store, but I feel like we shouldn't show each other what we're buying. So then when we do our hauls, it's like,
oh my god. Okay.
Oh my god, what did they get? Like that vibe.
Okay. Cute.
Okay.
A surprise.
Well, we're all ready basically. We're gonna go up and go to a couple of stores in one area, and then maybe get a coffee and some lunch.
I need a coffee.
Yeah, we need coffee. So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna kind of create a plan of like where to go next. Also, quality of footage might dip in and out just because some places I'm comfortable using my camera and some places I am not. So some of it might be on my phone. But like, sorry, we're New Zealanders. We don't like vlog in public. Like that's like a really foreign concept. It's such a foreign concept for other Kiwis. Like people just don't do that. Like I remember whenever I worked hospo, people would like come in and have like little vlogging cameras to like eat their food. Usually that'd be from different countries doing like travel vlogging. And all the people I worked with would be like, and I'd be like, yeah, that's so weird. Like imagine doing YouTube, that's so weird.
I could never be me.
Yeah, oh my god, no, like that's crazy. I wish I was brave enough, like, wow. So I don't want to draw attention to myself. We're gonna get ready to go.
Yeah.
I'll see you soon. Honestly, that was kind of a fail, unfortunately. There was nothing good in this area. I feel like a lot of the stores just didn't have a very good selection, or they were like really overpriced. So yeah, we're gonna now make the trek into the city and go to like our favorite bookstores around there, and I feel like that will be like way more promising. But yeah, I don't know, it just feel like there wasn't a very good selection. And women's bookshop usually I really love, but there wasn't a good selection and everything was very expensive. But like the books were kind of like scratched and a bit bent. So like it wasn't even like, it would be like $40 for a book that like wasn't even really in like perfect new condition. And then at the secondhand bookstore, it was just awkward because I just saw like a bunch of books that I had donated there recently, and those are the only ones that I'd be like, oh, you know, but they were already mine.
I was tempted by the signed Victoria Aveyard, but it wasn't one that I was like super interested in reading.
Yeah, and it was also $30 for a secondhand book.
Yeah.
And I get that it's signed and everything, but like it wasn't in the best condition in the world.
No, it wasn't. If it was in better condition, then yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, we had some ice cream. I hoovered mine down very quickly, but we're gonna move on, and I feel like it's gonna be smooth sailing from here.
Oh yeah, not for our bank accounts.
Not for our bank accounts.
No.
No. We're in a parking lot, but finally a success. We both bought some books. I think I bought around 6.
I think I bought 4.
Honestly, amazing of us. Like, it's so good because Unity, right? It has like their main store, and then right next door is Little Unity, which is like young adult and children's novels. And we went in just to like have a look. Like we were like, we're probably not gonna get anything here, and then we both found a book that we wanted from there, so we were like,
yes.
Oh my god, I feel so much in a better mood now, like now that it's actually been somewhat successful. So now we're on our way to go to like some more kind of like chain bookstores in like a shopping mall. I'm probably gonna get a Starbucks as well. I would love a Starbucks, I'm not gonna lie.
Let's go Starbucks.
Yeah, so that's our next plan, and I will haul all the books when we get home. That's devastating. It's just words. I literally shoved that one in Iana's hands.
I don't have a choice.
And she let me.
She let me. I did.
Seeing this in like regular bookstores is like probably the weirdest thing in the world. Now that it's traditionally published, knowing what the content is, and on like a bestseller shelf. Is so weird. So we just finished in the mall, and what an experience that was. I didn't get many clips because it was quite the experience. A shout out to the group of high school girls who were openly reading and laughing at smut right in front of all the shelves, and like laughing at the Twisted series. And like, girlies, I get it. I made a whole vlog laughing about the Twisted series and laughing, loving, living.
But they did look quite young, and it did make me a bit nervous.
They were so young, and it really made me nervous because they were buying Twisted Hate, The Spanish Love Deception.
That was the other book from the...
Oh, American Roommate Experiment.
Yeah,
that
she
one.
went up so confidently and grabbed American Roommate Experiment, and I was like, oh!
Yeah, like
Jesus.
So many really smutty books essentially, and they're all laughing at them. And my thing is that like, if you're giggling with your friends about how scandalous and sexual these books are, you're probably not old enough to read them, because the content is very mature, and you need to have a mature view on sex. And it's just upsetting that like all these, this is the curse of booktok. And I'm not trying to shit on booktok. I like booktok. I've gotten recommendations from there before, but the curse of it is now the access that all these young girls have to like really smutty novels. And I honestly wish I could have like taken those books out of their hands and put like John Green in there. Or, you know, like...
Have you read Looking for Alaska?
Actually, that one's not really that appropriate. You guys smoke
for
fun, I smoke to die.
Read some Meg Cabot.
Oh my god, please just read Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Like...
Roald Dahl.
James and the Giant Peach.
Harry McLaren. Have you guys
Warriors.
read Warrior Cats?
Anyways, we're going home now. We're gonna do the haul. I feel like we did really well.
We did
Yana
really
definitely bought more than me in that store, but like there just wasn't.
I think it's evened out for us because you bought more at Unity.
Yeah, and like I feel like in that store, like I've been there semi-recently, so it's like I kind of already know their selection, and their selection is essentially like bestsellers, whereas like at Unity and stuff, like the selection is a bit more literary. I wish there was, I mean, I wish we had like a place where there was more like romance novels. We just don't have like Barnes and Noble level selections at bookstores.
No.
My arm's getting sore and I want to roll down the windows because it's really hot in here.
Yeah.
So I'll see you soon. We're home from our book shopping. Honestly, we're going to do our little haul right now. I'll go first and then Yana can go. I'm like kind of aware of what Yana bought, but I've honestly kind of forgotten. Like we didn't show each other like in the stores too much, so we could try and have like a surprise moment now. Okay, so the first store that we had success in was Unity Books, which is honestly one of our favorites. I bought 5 books from Unity and then another book from Little Unity, which is the like children and YA store, which is right next to it, but it's still like the same company. And that's where like our bags are from. Mine ripped when we were getting out of the car, but yeah, that's where our bags are from. Okay, so the first one I saw and wanted to get was Gods of Jade and Shadow by Sylvia Morena Garcia, and it's purely because I love Sylvia Morena Garcia. I love her so much. What I find really impressive is that she writes within so many different genres, and this is a fantasy novel. It's also kind of historical fiction. It's in Mexico City in the Jazz Ages. And she accidentally frees like a god of death, and things go a bit crazy in Mexico City. I'm really excited to read it. I want to try and read more of this author because I've still only read Mexican Gothic.
Me too. I just read Mexican Gothic.
We both agree that Mexican Gothic is like superior.
It's so good.
But yeah, I'm really excited to own this now, and as you guys know, I'm trying to get back into fantasy, so I feel like this is a really good place to start. Then speaking of authors that I love, I got this really small book from Frederick Buckman, and it is called And Every Morning the Way Home Gets Longer and Longer. It is very much like a novella vibe. Like the pages are really short. I'm pretty sure it's like under 100 pages, but it's about a boy having a conversation with his granddad with dementia. Very heartbreaking read, I believe, but I'm just trying to read everything that this man has written ever, and I feel like this was a good one to pick up because it is really short and just another bit of his backlist that I can get through very quickly. I also found this book, which someone commented on one of my videos being like, this book is like absolutely fucked up. It's called Woman Eating by Claire Coda, and it's about this woman who's always really hungry, but she just eats like pig's blood. Sorry to the vegan in the room. She just eats pig's blood, and then she kind of gets the thirst for like eating men.
Oh, I love that.
I imagine it's gonna be quite gory, a bit of body horror, but I saw it and I was like, you know what? It looks a bit crazy and a bit fun and a bit wild. So I got that one.
Very intriguing cover.
And then there's also another really similar cover, I think, because they've both got like fruit on it. Insatiable by Daisy Buchanan. So I also got this from Unity Books. I believe this is very like erotic, kind of like fucked up. This woman gets involved in like having sex with these people. I honestly don't know.
Good for her.
No, okay, she becomes friends with this woman who she really looks up to, and then the woman's husband invites our main character into like their relationship, and kind of they become a throuple.
Oh, wow.
Honestly, seems fun. I've seen Daisy Buchanan kind of everywhere at the moment, so like on a lot of my favorite indie bookstores and stuff like that, so I'm excited to check this one out for sure. And then the last one that I got from the main Unity bookstore was this book that just looks so beautiful, and it's called, I have not seen anyone talk about it, I have not seen it anywhere except for in the bookstore, and it looks gorgeous.
I saw that, yeah. I saw that in another bookstore, I think, as well.
Yeah, it's called Scattered All Over the Earth by Yoko Tawada. And basically it's about our main character who is the last Japanese person in the world. Like Japan has disappeared, and so she lives in Europe, and then she hears a rumor that there's this old Japanese man, so she goes on this trip to find him to like speak in her native tongue for like the first time in years. It just looks really, really exciting. I believe it is like a translated novel as well from a Japanese author. I feel like it's going to be like a, you know, very much a discussion and a commentary on lots of different things. And yeah, those are the 5 books that I got from Unity. So I'm definitely most excited, I think, for these 2. These look so good.
I got 3 books.
Gorgeous.
My first one is Interview with a Vampire.
You have to tell me how you like it, because I've seen so many people reading it recently. Like Emmy, who's honestly one of my favorite YouTube channels, she read it in like October, and then Isabella from Throne of Pages read it recently, and they just said such great things about it.
I just think it's really like a fun, cute little cover.
Yeah, it's a cute little mass market vibe.
And I am trying to get through, this is like a classic, right? You called it, would you describe this as like a classic, like a modern classic?
I call it a modern classic, yeah.
And I'm trying to make my way through a lot of classics and modern classics. And just, what a great title.
I know.
Sorry, what a fantastic, iconic title.
We should both read it and then watch the movie.
Yes, I haven't seen the movie, so I'm very excited to read this.
Oh, how exciting.
Just cute and fun. And then these other two you recommended to me.
I did.
But they look very interesting. This one is Before the Coffee Gets Cold.
Amazing choice.
And yeah, this is also a translated Japanese novel, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
About a little coffee shop and time travel.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a cat on the, honestly, if there wasn't a cat on the front, I might not have bought it.
Yeah, that's fair, that's fair.
Because I want to do a reading vlog where I only read books with cats on the covers.
That's such a good idea, especially because you have so many cat books.
Cute. I love coffee shop vibes.
Honestly, it's such a good book.
Super cute.
You'll finish it in like a day as well.
Yeah, exactly. Love me a good short book. And then I got Station 11, which just sounds really interesting.
Yeah,
from how you described
I
it.
read that back in like 2018 and it was incredible. So I read it before I was making YouTube videos and it's just so good. It's like post-apocalyptic, like
Put myself in the face.
girl.
Yeah, I love post-apocalyptic. I love dystopian post-apocalyptic.
Yeah, and it's like so much to do with theatre and Shakespeare as well.
Oh, George R.R. Martin says that it's great.
It's honestly such a creative novel. Like, it's just so good and well thought out.
It really did sound fun. Also, there's a deer on the front.
She loves deer.
I do. I'm really just like, I only want to own books where I like something about the cover.
If there is an animal that she likes on the cover,
I'm
best
like,
believe she's
ooh.
buying it.
Literally, that's how you talk me into these books.
Yeah. Then we went to Little Unity. They had a really small selection of YA books, but I still managed to find something that I was interested in, and I didn't even realize that this was a YA. But I
didn't think it was. I fully didn't think it was.
Yeah.
But I won.
I don't really know that much about it at all, but I have heard some of my favorite booktubers talk about it and praise it over the years. But it is Dig by A.S. King. So this is a YA I don't even know. Oh, okay. It seems like it's got things to do with race as well. So I believe it's like a contemporary and maybe has some like political undertones to it. Maybe not even undertones. Maybe it's just a very political book. But regardless, I'm really excited to read this. I believe
it's weird.
Yeah, I've not seen a cover like this before. I've heard so many people talk about it. So I'm really excited to give this one a go. And Yana got one book as well.
I got one book from Little Unity. It's Stolen Air by Holly Black. We love this world. We love Folk of the Air.
Yeah. We were just talking about how much we think Holly Black is like a hit or miss author.
Yes.
However, we think the one thing that she knows how to do so well is Elfheim.
Yeah.
And all of the stories in that world.
I knew I'd want to read this one, even if she's hit or miss.
Yeah.
Like, I am gonna read the next Book of Night book.
Are you?
I am. Even though I didn't think it was amazing, because towards the end it did start to get interesting.
Gorgeous. Next we went to the Warehouse, which is kind of like New Zealand's version of Target. But
Walmart, I'd say.
Walmart, but so much smaller. Went to the Warehouse. It had a small but like fun selection of books, and I picked up 2 books for a very good price. And I have not read anything by this author, but I know that they're a thriller author. I bought their most recent thriller release recently, and then I saw all of these beautiful matching spines and covers. And so I was like,
really pretty.
Yeah, and so affordable, probably the cheapest books in the store. So I was like, you know what, I'm getting 2 more. And I really hope I like this author so I could collect even more of them, because there was like 8 different books in this like color scheme and covers and spines. But anyway, the author is Sally Hepworth. I recently bought The Soulmate by them, and I've heard really good things about that. But I just picked up the 2 thrillers on the shelves that I thought looked the most interesting. So we have The Things We Keep. This is about like, I don't know, maybe like a haunted house vibe. I honestly have no idea. I feel like it's
very mysterious.
It's very mysterious. But I think there might be some sort of like love triangle situation going on. Or maybe not love triangle, because I don't even know. Like, the back doesn't really tell me anything, but I kind of love that. Like, I love kind of going in blind. So yeah, I got that one. And then I also got The Younger Wife, which seems like it will be about like adultery vibes, like ex-wife, ex-husband vibes, but it's not. It's actually about 2 daughters of this man who then marries this woman who is like 2 years older than them. And then they start to realize that that woman is actually like, there's something going on with her that's kind of sinister. And honestly, I love domestic thrillers. I feel like that's not a popular opinion on BookTube, but I love them. Anything to do with like dysfunctional families, dysfunctional marriages in a thriller. It doesn't have to be this massive crime thing. Just like some secrets. I'm
just
obsessed with
some
it.
juicy little gossip going on.
So I got these two. I'm probably going to read The Soulmate very soon, and then I have some backlist if I enjoy that book.
Yes.
So yeah, I also like to give authors more than one go, because I do believe that sometimes people have duds, but if their second book I'm like, yeah, if their second book by them I'm like, oh no, then they're not getting another chance from me. Unless the book sounds really good, and then I'll be like, okay, maybe.
Okay, give it another go.
So what did you get from the warehouse?
Jamie forced me,
I actually did force her to get
at gunpoint, to buy things we never got over.
Honestly, it's an amazing romance. You will love it. Like, knowing you, you will love it. And I think you will acknowledge that there are some things wrong with it. I gave it 5 stars. But I can acknowledge that there are some lines in there that are a little bit cringy, a little bit childish, but that doesn't make the book itself a bad book.
I do not mind that at all. I live for my cheesy rom-coms.
Yeah, and that is so cheesy.
Okay.
But it's so fun.
I need something to make me feel things inside.
You will definitely feel things.
Okay. Cute cover was
Small town
cheap.
romance.
Yeah. And also, we're gonna buddy read this, aren't we?
The Gilded Wolves, yes. So I haven't read this, but I've owned it for a very long time. It is like a heist novel set in Paris.
Yeah.
Six of Crows vibes. I've heard people say that it's Six of Crow vibes in like a negative way. Like, they don't like it because it's Six of Crows vibes.
Oh,
But then I've also heard people being like,
Six of Crows.
we love Six of Crows, but then I've also heard other people being like, it's not a rip-off of Six of Crows, you guys just haven't expanded your reading horizons.
Okay,
enough.
yeah.
Because
just because it's a heist doesn't mean it's automatically Six of Crows.
No, exactly, and there is no way in hell that Six of Crows is the first heist YA novel to exist.
And
anyway.
we love heists.
We do.
Personally love heists.
Committing them.
Also fraud.
Tax evasion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It also just looks really pretty.
It does. I've never seen that edition before.
It's a really nice edition, and like, yes, it is small, and the print is probably, this print's probably gonna give me an aneurysm, but
just get a magnifying glass.
I've got good eyesight,
Yeah.
is what I keep telling myself, and I'm gonna regret that one day. But if we buddy read it, also, that'll keep me going.
Yeah, I'll just read it to you out loud over the phone.
You're like, Jamie, I can't read this.
I have my final book because we went to Whitcoulls, which is like a big chain store in New Zealand. It actually had kind of a smaller selection. They were doing a sale for like buy 3 get like a certain amount off. However, there wasn't really anything that I felt like picking up except for this one novel, because I had gone there recently, as you guys know from like the beginning of the video. So I ended up just purchasing one book, and it is The Last Housewife by Ashley Winstead. I know that Ashley Winstead wrote In My Dreams I Hold a Knife, and a lot of people were saying really positive things about that book, and I've also heard just more of the same for this one. I don't want to read too much about it in the back. Like, I do want to go in relatively blind, but I do know...
It's a thriller, right?
It's a thriller.
Okay, yeah.
I do know that there is a lot of violence against women in this book, which I'm just glad that I know that at least. Like, I know what I'm getting into, but I haven't really looked up that much else about it. I know that maybe there's like a true crime podcast involved, potentially. Ooh. This is just based on what I've heard other people say. But yeah, I am really excited to read this. I'm probably gonna read In My Dreams I Hold a Knife first, but I'm glad that I now own this to go to straight away afterwards. And then Yana did some damage at Whitcoulls.
Well, I was kind of like, oh, I've got to get 3. If I'm gonna get 1, I might as well get 3 and get the deal.
I was literally walking around going, get this, get this, get this, get this.
Yes, but these were all ones that I wanted to read anyways.
Yeah.
I just wasn't sure if I was gonna buy them or not.
Yeah.
First, we're gonna start with, I'm hopping on the bandwagon. All right, we're gonna, this is also tiny print. Why am I like this?
That book's so easy to read though.
Okay, yeah. A Court of Thorns and Roses, everyone knows this. I wanted to read it this week, actually. I wanted to try to at least start it.
Okay.
Because in my reading vlog, I'm reading things that real life people suggested to me.
Oh, really? Like
because I met a couple of girlies that are readers in real life, and I was talking to them about books, and then they were like suggesting things.
It's a great idea.
It just happened to be that I met 2 readers out in the wild while I was out touching grass, and I was like, you know what, I am gonna listen to what they say.
Gorgeous.
And I'm gonna do it.
Amazing.
And yeah, my new book friend Sarah was like, not Sarah J Maas, but you know, close personal friends. My new book friend Sarah was like, you have to get on this train. Addicted to You, Christina and Becca Ritchie.
Christina? Girl, who's Christina?
Bitch, I can't read.
Krista and Becca Ritchie.
Close enough.
It's fine. Addicted to You is amazing.
What? Yeah.
It's amazing.
Does it need an introduction?
A love story between two childhood best friends who started fake dating each other to hide their addictions from their families. And Lily's a sex addict and Lo is an alcoholic.
I love fake dating.
It's also like so toxic. Like,
I know. Isn't it also like a huge series?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's so easy to read though. Like, it's not like difficult literature to read. So you'll be fine.
Anyways, hot. That's hot.
That is hot.
This has been on my TBR for so long, from Lukov with Love. So many people have told me to read this. And I'm ready.
It's so good. It's so good. You can't go wrong. Classic enemies to lovers. Slogan.
Yes. I love enemies to lovers. I love
and our figure skaters. In a duos team.
Isn't that stupid? Like, isn't that just a little bit silly?
It's so silly, but it's so good.
Aren't these just silly Billy little romances?
God, why don't you hold up this for Silly Billy?
Because I can't fit all of the Silly Billy books in my hands. There's too many of them. But yeah.
What was your Silly Billy moment?
It was. But also because I love a romance.
Yeah, we do.
I love a silly little romance.
We do. So, those are all the books that we bought today. Thank you so much for coming on this trip with us. I honestly just need to fly to somewhere where there is a Barnes & Noble and do another shop there, honestly.
And take an empty suitcase.
Take an empty suitcase, yeah. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed the vlog. Let me know if you want me to do more things like this. However, I probably won't because it requires me spending a lot of money. But not that I'm complaining. I like getting new books. Yeah, I feel like we did definitely do some damage, but damage in a good way. Yeah, guys, thank you again so much for watching. I will leave the link to my friend Yana's channel down below, so please go give her a watch. Just become very, very active on YouTube again, so I'm very entertained. I love it. I love it. I love putting her videos on in the background. Another reminder that all my socials are linked down below, so if you want to join my Patreon, all the information is on that page and everything like that. And yeah, again, thank you so much, and I'll see you very soon.
Bye!
Bye!